Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm
and today we're going to be reviewing,
Prison Break.
episode 7, two left.
Really?
Wine Dark Sea. So quite quite a few things happen. Right, so Michael's poisoned, antifreeze poisoning, and it's like, oh no, what can we do? What can we do? It's a disaster. Let's get him to Greece, get him to a doctor, they'll help him out, which completely ruled out the kind of let's go back to town, which I was thinking, oh great, because that would have been, it would have been
Thank God.
it would have been annoying for them. It's interesting because they're well away from that kind of life now. They're kind of on the way to Greece. They're on the boat. There's a little kind of thing with Whip and Lincoln where I guess Whip kind of gets it wrong, where it's like,
Yeah, but before that, the Queen guy leaves, right? Was that after? It's before, isn't it? Before the
no,
end of the world.
there's an argument because it's like two options. Either we take him
Oh,
to
that's right. Yeah,
wherever
yeah.
and he kind of gets arrested if we do it wrong, or he dies, and then it's like, what kind of brother are you to let him die? And then it's like, yo, what you going on about, mate? It's interesting because like the synopsis of the episode was that Poseidon was going to be the identity of Poseidon was going to be revealed, and then when they kind of hopped on the boat, they're going off to Greece. A kind of brief moment where like they said goodbye to Jar or whatever is called, the Korean guy. I was kind of worried. I was thinking, oh my god, could it turn out like his Poseidon? Because he's kind of
Really? Because
cutting
I,
them loose. Yeah,
I
no,
thought
the
it
actual
was obvious already
yeah, it was
that
kind of disappointing. Uh,
Poseidon, you know what I mean? I can't remember what episode it was, but it was like about a month ago, about maybe 3 weeks ago, we put it all together,
mhm,
right? That when the husband was pictured with those two doofy Mulder and Scully people,
mhm.
that he organised the whole thing. I don't. That's the one I like this episode. We'll get into it in a minute. But that's the one big issue I have is I don't get why the reveal is a reveal when it was pretty obvious now already.
They didn't kind of do that well. That's what I mean. That's why I was sitting there like, oh my god, could it be like the Korean guy is like Poseidon? I was like, oh, that'd be a bit random. So yeah, for about 5-10 minutes in my head, I was thinking, oh, maybe it's him. You know what I mean? That would be pretty. That would be pretty good, I guess. So yeah, Lincoln calls up Sarah and is like, "Look, he's been poisoned. He's got a rare blood type. What do we do? What do we do?" And I thought they were going to do a talk through surgery thing. Like she was going to be like, "Look, this is what you do," and then Lincoln was going to do it all. But then I was like, "Nah, that." I think
Oh mate,
even
I'll take my chances and let that guy cut me up.
yeah, I think even the writers thought, "Yo, that would be a bit crazy." So let's just get Sarah on a flight out to Greece. Um, yeah, that Jacob guy was super annoying because it was like when it was like giving her beef about it, and she was like, "Oh, maybe you should." It was maybe you shouldn't go, and I was thinking, yeah, that's a possibility. She's gonna go for that, and I was thinking, what a douchebag. I was thinking, what an
What I can
asshole.
believe is that in that, although clearly she had her suspicions, that whole interaction showed in her reaction to him being Poseidon or Michael revealing it showed that she actually might have believed his story. I was convinced she was just going along with it
Yeah,
to try and stay safe, but apparently she really might have believed that
yeah.
crap.
See, I said that, didn't I? I
Yeah,
said
I thought
she
you're an idiot to be honest.
exactly. So
I
I was
stand
like, when
corrected.
she dropped it, I was thinking, oh, yes, I
I
knew,
can't believe it.
I knew
On
it.
TV.
Exactly.
Okay.
Um, it's interesting as well, right? So she flies off over there, and then you add little Michael in the garden playing with his helicopter, and he kind of flew the helicopter up, and it kind of crashed in the bushes. He goes into the bushes, and then like someone grabs him.
Oh yeah, that confused me.
Yeah, and then like about 10 minutes later, it's like back to normal and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, is that like going to be a little twist thing that works out later where I don't know,
It has to be. That's
someone
got to be
grabbed
how
him,
he
gave
was.
him
Yeah.
information, put him back. See, I was thinking it was gonna. I was thinking that I don't know, maybe Sarah kind of had her suspicions and kind of rang up Teabag and was like, "Yo, grab the kid quickly." But then I
No,
thought,
Severus not going to ring Teabag. Yeah, here, Peter Pie will take my child.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of reform now, but whatever. But I thought
Okay.
because it's an ally, and it's better than because I was still kind of convinced that the next door neighbour was a bit booky. You know what I mean, Heather? So yeah, they kind of get there. I was a bit disappointed the reunion wasn't as like emotional. It kind of felt a little vapid, I guess. You
It
had him
did.
on the thing and then Handon and stuff like that. I was expecting
I
to
can't believe how quickly that moved. Like the
exactly. I
plot
was
after it dragged so much in the first couple of episodes that now like she suddenly gets on a plane to Greece and she's there like straight away. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'd rather they do that, but holy crap! Also, before she gets there, Michael and the other guy, not Lincoln, who's the
knife guy,
yeah him.
whip.
He's like, oh, get better, brother, all this crap. Maybe I would have bought that more if we knew more about this dude, but I really didn't buy it. If that was Sucre or something, maybe, but I'm saying, oh, no.
Yeah, but they have kind of okay. You haven't seen it, but they've been hanging out for like 4 years together. You just haven't seen
Suppose
it and
I just
stuff like
don't
that.
buy into it. But yeah, so Sarah's there and they reunite.
Yeah, so that was a bit kind of empty. I was expecting to tear up and stuff like that. She gives the whole blood transfusion. You had see Lincoln realizes it because Lincoln was in the kind of kitchen with Whip, and then it was like you've gone through stuff as well, so your family as well, because obviously he was like, we've been kind of stuck together in that prison for like 4 years, so they kind of have a little drinky poo, and then they've got to work out how to kind of get back to the US, and obviously they do the whole boat thing, because again, like we were talking with the Flash, they did the previously on Prison Break, and then it showed Sucre kind of talking about his boating thing and how it
Yeah.
goes here, 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 and there. So I was like, oh, hurry up and clock Sucre. So yeah, he finally gets him, puts in the call. Um, I guess Sarah flies back normally. They need 50k for the thing, so she gives up a really, really kind of fancy ring. I was thinking, ooh, that's kind of nice. So they get on the so they get on the boat and there's a real batty crease captain, and this is where it kind of you'd expect it to be kind of like lower down the gear and stuff like that, but this is where it kind of picked up in terms of suspense. You kind of had little Michael come back like randomly just stroll in and it's like, oh, is that mom on the phone? And you got like they do the Poseidon reveal. You got the Chinese man kind of from the State Department, like get hold of those
How
two
dumb is
agents.
he, by the way? Oh, yeah,
I
let's get off the tarmac or the thing and go into this hangar. You
yeah,
moron.
I thought that he was like a bad guy as well. I thought when he kind of rings them up and is just like, "Yo, uh, uh, we need to meet." I was thinking, oh, is he like a mole as well? They kind of planted that out, but it like turns out no, it's just literally just like, "Yo, uh, what's going on?" So yeah, he gets popped in the head. I thought that was cool. The camera backs out and it's just
Yeah.
like that, and then along comes flipping Poseidon. He turns out to be Jacob, and it's just like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean?
And again, another waste of like 3 episodes. What? Why? We already knew this.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
So yeah, they kind of get on the boat. There's a whole Sucre, cool, cool, cool. Gives the captain the ring, and then they kind of is taking him around the ship and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, this is my life savings, and it's a bunch of inflatable sex dolls. I was thinking, this guy ain't learned. It's kind of I don't really know how to put it, but it's kind of annoying that like we haven't really. Maybe they're saving it for the final episode. Maybe there's going to be a reunion where it gets all the people and their family together. But I mean, in terms of Sino, here's obviously his girlfriend and his kid. There's no talk about them, and we haven't seen them yet. Obviously, Fernando Sucre. Obviously, he's got a kid and his girlfriend, and like we haven't heard anything about that. Lincoln, we don't know what's going on with his son and his girlfriend, and now he's kind of playing about with Sheba.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
doubt, I doubt we'll see all of their family, but I guarantee you, in the final episode, they're gonna do like a Fast and Furious thing. When they all gather together and
yeah,
their
that's what I
families
mean.
crap.
That's what I mean. I'm expecting, because I mean, if you got Michael with his son sitting at a table, you're gonna think we're gonna see C Note's daughter, Sucre's daughter. It's just the fact they haven't even been mentioned either and stuff like that. It's just like you've got Lincoln on the run from creditors. You've got C Note at the mosque, and then he leaves, and then it's like, oh, it's not like it's been like, let me just ring my wife and my kid and like talk about them. So like we remember. It's like we haven't even heard any mention of them. You
Well,
know what I
Michael
mean?
hasn't brought it up either. You think he would?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I guess it's kind of tense. But like none of them have mentioned, oh, by the way, my daughter's getting really big now. Blah blah blah. Not even a mention of that. So it's straight to business.
How old is Lincoln's kid?
Oh, geez, he was about. I think he was about 16. So what? We're about seven
What,
years.
16 back then?
Yeah, we're kind of around that age.
Oh,
Kind of
okay.
going to that. I think maybe going to college. I think he was when it kind of ended. So he must be about what, say it's 7 years later, 24. Sucre's kid's got to be about maybe maybe like 9, 10. Um, C Note's kid's got to be about, I'd say, a teenager by now. You know what I mean? So it's
Okay.
like the fact that kind of none of them have they've completely glazed over that. Maybe they're saving it for the kind of final episode. But yeah, I'm kind of waiting for that. Cause like Sucre's just like randomly going on these flipping cargo ship things for months at a time and stuff like that, and never mentions his kids or anything like that. No like photos in the wallet or stuff like that. So yeah, he shows the kind of doofy thing. They're there playing cards, and then the captain gets the thing through the little like weird microwave thingy of like, yo, can you Outis? So he gets the ship on lockdown, and then you've got all the
Because your man Jacob or whatever we're calling them, he arranged it, right? Oh no, no, he rings later, doesn't he? That's my bad. Yeah.
no, he kind of rings and been like, look, is there's going to be passage out the country, out of Greece, so just put a lockdown on all the ships leaving in the next 28 hours, get posters up in airports and things out to
Right.
boats, so they send the message, he gets it, and then the captain scrambles like eggs on Sunday morning, folds like a chicken wing, and kind of locks them it down. So then there's a big like, oh, kind of panic, and then you got Sucre kind of tied up to the chair,
Right.
like
When this happened, did you think the same thing I did?
what, that they were going to run down, grab the sex dolls, and jump out the window
Yes.
and fly them
Yes.
away on them. Yeah, I was thinking that, and then I was thinking,
Because
right,
he said
how
it's gonna hurt, didn't he? And I thought it's gonna hurt him, as in like my pocket, because this is my savings, and now we're gonna throw it in the sea. But then
they just
maybe.
smacked him up a little bit. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But then I was thinking that's going to stick out like a sore thumb in the water. You know what I mean? They've
Oh,
got all the helicopters with their lights. So yeah, so it turns out they're like, it's like the police like didn't check anything. They just left the window open, and they're kind of under desks, I guess. Then you got Sarah like, oh, to have a pick up Michael and keep him at kind of your house, and then she kind of confronts Jacob with the gun, and I was thinking, oh, shoot him, but then I thought, oh, damn, because it turns out them two, like, what agents, like, are at Heather's house, and she's, like, cacking it, like,
yeah, because a reaction surprised me. Because like you, I thought she was in on it as well,
hmm.
and like Poseidon's arranged basically Sarah's whole life, including her friends. But I guess not.
So now, I see in my head, kind of maybe foreshadowing. I'm thinking, right, you've got them at that house. I'm thinking maybe Teabag's gonna turn up and save the day. I really do think so. I think he's just gonna turn up and like whop them over the head or something. Because I'm thinking, is Heather gonna get killed? Because they're gonna be there to collect the kids, so they've got leverage. And I'm thinking, well, Teabag won in this episode, so I'm thinking, what? He's not really just gonna like not bother. He's probably gonna follow them around and stuff like that. So he probably knows what's going on, even though Sarah kind of, well, she knows now, but she discredited it. So I think, oh, I figure he's got to pop up next episode and kind of save the day. I guess because Michael's got him out, because Michael really kind of got him out of jail and got him put on this kind of thing. So I'm thinking he must have done it for a reason, kind of fixed his hand. So maybe he's looking for a kind of to be some sort of favour and stuff like that, to do the stuff that Sarah's maybe not willing to do there. So I was kind of expecting T-Bag to go in and kill Jacob or something, like muller him.
I still think it's stupid if Michael
Yeah,
and or Sarah are
yeah,
trusting Teabag around their child.
yeah. I get that. I get your trepidation there, but who knows? Because he kind of seems like he's kind of reformed, I
You
guess.
can't reform
No,
paedophile.
okay. Let's kind of. It's sketchy. So yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it
that's one
is.
word for it.
So they're trying to figure out a way off the ship, and then you got Sucre in the captain's quarter, and the captain's mugging him off, and
Oh,
then
that
it.
this was so weird though. That was so weird where you had that one soldier there as the captain starts beating up on Sucre. It's like, mate, do your job.
Nah, I don't think he'd care. You know what I mean? So they're
The
going through the
captain's
ship.
not like a soldier; he's just some dude.
They're trying to smoke him out, and then like Sucre's like about the guns and stuff like that, and then it's like, oh crap, I've got all this contraband there. Then the soldier runs off. Sucre kind of undoes himself, smacks him, takes control of the ship, puts it. I don't know how he did it because he's pretty inept, as it were. So he's like doing the thing, setting it on a course to get it out of international waters, and that forces Jacob's hands. I guess like a missile gets fired, and then it's heading for the ship. They kind of jump off the ship. I'm trying to think if they all jumped off together, like where was Sucre, but I don't think they'd kill him. So yeah, they've jumped into the middle of the sea, literally the middle of the sea. I don't know how they're gonna get. I guess they'll just click.
Maybe they. I would love it if they do actually pull in the inflatable dolphin. So
Yeah, but like if the cargo ship goes down, I mean, there's going to be massive bits of floating stuff about anyway. But I mean, yeah, that would be pretty jokes. I like that because when Sucre kind of is like, "Oh no, my life savings," that will be a funny moment. That will be a funny moment. So yeah, it pretty much ends with them jumping off the ship and like, obviously they couldn't afford to do the effects of the ship blowing up, so they panned to white. So yeah, now they're literally in the middle of the sea, and I don't know how they're going to get away with this one. Because like, how are they going to get to the US now? I mean, yeah, they might be lucky if a ship comes and picks them up, but it's not going to be like, yo, go to the US. Because they're going to be like coast guarded anyway, isn't they? A little ship will get coast guarded, so like they're kind of. I don't know how they're going to get away with this one. So yeah, the next episode's a penultimate one, so that should be a sick one. Let's talk numbers.
I'm gonna give it an eight. I had a good time. I think I thought it was far better than the last week. I know you enjoyed last week. I thought this was much better. Um, I think the Poseidon reveal, if we're going to call it that, was lackluster. But other than that, I thought it was pretty good.
They did a good job about making Jacob dislikable before we kind of knew he was Poseidon, so that was good. I was a little disappointed that.
See, sorry to cut you off, but it's like I don't know if that is good or not. Because for that, I immediately knew he was Poseidon. I think I remember in the first episode or the second, I'm like, okay, this dude's evil.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that was the best way to go, but that's what they went for.
Um, I mean, I'll give it an eight, I guess, because there was some cool things there. But really, I was still really disappointed in like there weren't not really much emotion between Sarah and Michael. I mean, there was like barely a kiss. I was standing there like when they were talking. I was just waiting for. I was like, "Look, kiss her then. Do something then," and like nothing happened for about 10 minutes until there was kind of like a little bit of something because she was just about to walk and then she turns around and comes back. But really, I was expecting tears, really
Yeah, it did.
emotional.
It didn't really convey like the amount of time that's passed. It felt like he's been gone for about 6 months.
Yeah, they kind of did the whole thing as well with the that he was working with Jacob and stuff like that. They showed the flashbacks and the CIA guy getting killed, so they kind of explained that all up. So yeah, I guess it's going to be all out war for these next two episodes, getting back to the US, getting Sarah and thing, taking him out. So we'll see where that goes, but it should be good. I'm Sam,
I'm not.
and yeah, see you in the next episode.